A new string of robberies at 7-Eleven stores overnight, and investigators believe at least 5 of them may be connected. This happened in Long Beach, Lakewood, and Bellflower.
The cash registers all taken. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo joins us live now in Lakewood with the latest details. Tim.
Hey guys, welcome to Clearwater Beach.
Up and leave. Take a lot of courage just to live out your dreams. Bigger picture I could see if I just close my eyes. Have the foresight to believe. Time don't move backwards, it speeds to the future fearlessly. Charging forward.
Hello, mates. Welcome to our thing, Crazy News Reacts. I'm RJSMITH, your host, and here I scour the internet and news sources for the craziest, most insane, or stupidest news and bring it to you every day. Woohoo! If you're new here, welcome aboard, and if you're coming back, thank you so much. Hit the like and the subscribe right now before we even get started. The thumbs up are very important because then more people on YouTube get to see my crazy ass. And if you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe. I don't charge you anything, you know, it's free. So let's jump right into this. This is about 7-Elevens being hit all over the country by robbers and getting away with hardly any money. It's like, they're gonna rob a bank. Why don't they go to a frickin', if they're gonna rob somebody, why don't they go to a frickin' bank? That's where the frickin' money is. Shh, let's go.
The good news here is no one was injured in these robberies, clerks or customers who may have been in the store at the time. The tough news is stores like this that are open 24 hours a day are particularly susceptible to crime in those overnight hours when these parking lots are empty, the stores are empty, and that's exactly what had happened at the store here behind me just about 4 a.m. when a group of robbers came in here and stole those cash registers. One of 5 7-Eleven stores in the Lakewood, Bellflower, and Long Beach area to be robbed overnight, and the Sheriff's Department believes they are all related. A string of overnight robberies in the Long Beach area overnight where cash registers were taken from these stores. The first one happened around 9:30 in Long Beach, and then the next 4 robberies in the Lakewood and Bellflower areas, all taking place between 3 and 4 a.m.
People ask me all the time, what makes a criminal rob multiple locations like this? And it's really simple, folks. The criminal mindset is they're going to get away. Nobody thinks they're going to be arrested, right? So here's the thinking behind what we call rob sprees. And that is when suspects decide they're going to hit more than one location in a certain amount of time. And the way they get away with this is very simple. Let's say you have a mini mart that is right down the street from your home, okay? It's close to highways. That's what they usually pick, close to highways, close to main thoroughfares, so that they have 4 to 5 different ways to get away. People who are planning robberies do this all the time. And what they'll often do is rob one place, be out of there in 30 seconds, get on a highway or get on another road, go to the nearest other mini mart and hit it at least 2 to 3 miles away. What that's going to do is that is going to cause a backup because most of the officers are going to go to the first robbery location. And by the time that second one comes in, everybody's kind of doing an investigation and looking at that area. So now they are 3 to 4 miles away from the second location and they have to haul ass from the first location to the second. Get it? They're all tied up. Now, what they'll do is they'll get on a highway and they might go, 15 minutes to another place in the same town, hit another one. So you have 3 robberies within the span of 15 to 20 minutes. And the cops just cannot handle that type of spree all at once. So they are more successful, they get away with more money, and it leaves the cops stumped. I know guys who have been through 4 to 5 robberies at one time. I once interviewed people who robbed 3 banks within the same town, within a matter of 20 minutes. And they got away. They got caught later in another town after robbing 10 to 20 banks. So they do this and they plan it out. Most guys will go to the place they're going to rob and they'll call in some bogus thing, maybe a block away, but they'll make it a violent issue. It could be a assault, anything. And what they'll do is they will sit back and time the response from the time they call until the time the cops arrive. And they'll do that a couple times a week just so they can get an average time. And it enhances their ability to get away because now they have the inner workings of when cops can actually respond to a 911 call. It's genius if you think about it.
None of the clerks were attacked, but the group of robbers simply grabbed those cash registers and ran off. All the convenience stores robbed last night are within about 15 minutes of each other. The final 4 7-Eleven robberies happened in the matter of a single hour, and it appears the group of robbers went from one store directly to the next. The owner of one of the stores, the one robbed just before 4 a.m., says it was 5 total people who carried out this crime. Listen to him explain how coordinated and how quick this robbery was.
3 people walked in. One was female, two males, and one hold the door. One was in the car was backed over there. And the first guy walked in, took that cash register. The second guy walked in, took this cash register. And the lady looked at here, maybe there's cash register here. They were gone in, I would say, in a few seconds.
Now, another thing most people don't know, but people who rob for a living do know. The cameras in these convenience stores usually do not come on until the clerk is forced to open a drawer, and then they pull the bills from the drawers, and the clips that are on the bills go down. Now, in some of them, they have automatic alarms. They'll have one space in that drawer with maybe a 50 in it. And when you pull that out, an automatic alarm goes to the police department. But if they're taking the registers right from get-go, there's no way to activate those alarms. And it's genius. They also don't know that there's a drop box. And every hour to every 2 hours, you are instructed, or the people who work there are instructed to drop the 20s, the 50s, the 100s into the drop box, which they have no access to. And a lot of these robbers make the mistake of bringing the workers to the office and trying to get them to open a safe. Shift workers don't have access to that safe. And they know that. So that's why they just grab the registers and run out. I've also seen cases where they go in there and just steal cases and cases of beer. And the reason why they hold the door open is because most convenience stores now, especially corporate ones like 7-Eleven, once you're getting robbed, they have an access button where they can push that button and the robbers will not be able to get out of the door. It automatically locks. It's a magnet locking system. No matter what you do to that door, it won't open.
Scary moments and all for what? The store owner here says the robbers, at least with this robbery, didn't get away with much. One of the registers was empty, and the other one, he said, had less than $100 in it. No one was hurt in any of these robberies. As I mentioned, many, if not all, these stores have multiple cameras that capture the group of robbers. And while the store owner here says they were covered essentially head to toe, only their eyes showing, it should give police, the sheriff's department, an awful lot of information as to help identify them in this case. Now, there was a 6th robbery at a different 7-Eleven overnight, unrelated, equally as scary. And apparently in that one, it was only 2 men who went inside the store. One of them showed a gun. The clerk there wasn't hurt either. At this point, it doesn't appear to be related. And now, also, there were a string of robberies a week ago, 5 or 6 of them in the Long Beach area. A couple people were arrested with that early last week. That doesn't appear to be related because those people are arrested. But obviously, police are looking into all of that at the same time.
And these are probably crews, right? Gangs that do this for a living, and they become quite good at it. The only real way to get around this is to put up bulletproof glass so that the clerks are encased in their own little safe area, kind of like bank tellers like this. Because if you just take a cash register, you're never going to get more than $100 per cash register. And it's not really worth the 10 to 20 years that you will be sentenced to prison for something like that. It's a real bonehead, stupid crime, unless you're a professional crew and you know how to get the safes and things like that. And there are crews just like this out there. And as for IDing them, well, we know that their faces are covered, right? And they have hats and everything, gloves. But sometimes you can ID a person from the clothing by putting out photographs on the news, showing the people in the clothing. Maybe the sneakers ring somebody's bell. Say, hey, I know my boyfriend wears those sneakers, or I know so-and-so wears these sneakers. It's about the right height, and that's how they catch people. You don't have to have a really good description. And that's all I have for you today. See you right back here again tomorrow. Guys, hit that like and subscribe, please. Right now, I'm waiting. Yep, still waiting. Up there it is. Thank you, guys. Later.